Atari. The name has become synonymous with electronic entertainment. In just 10 years, Atari has grown to become a leader in the coin-operated and home video game industry. And now your chance has come to join this tremendous growth and to discover the latest revolution in electronic technology. Atari is bringing the computer age home, and you're part of the team. Meet the Atari 400 and 800 home computers. First, let's look at the Atari 400. It's practical, exciting, and easy to use.
Look up there.
A computer designed for the whole family.
Oh, Jake! Oh, Mom!
The Atari 400 is almost kid-proof. And with great sound, more colors than competing home computers, plus superior graphics. It's one of the best values in home electronics. The Atari 400 home computer is as simple to set up as a home video game. The Atari 400 is also supported by a wide variety of pre-written programs, so even people new to computers can start enjoying it right away. With many accessories available, it's a computer system that grows with people's needs. And backed by Atari and Warner Communications Incorporated, it's a computer people can trust. The Atari 400 home computer will almost sell itself, with a little help from you. Don't fear. You don't have to be a computer expert to sell it. This videotape will introduce you to the Atari 400 home computer products. You'll also want to do two things. First, spend a little time with the computer. Get to know it. You'll learn a lot and have fun too. Second, read over the sales literature Atari supplies. The Atari home computer product catalog is a good source of information for your customers as well as yourself. The salesperson's guide is designed especially for you. It can be a valuable source of quick information in selling situations. It has 7 sections, tabbed for easy access. You can quickly find information on programs, accessories, kits, and more. Now let's look at what your customers get when they purchase the Atari 400 home computer package. First, the Atari 400 home computer. Also a power adapter, which plugs into an ordinary household outlet. And a switch box to connect the computer to any black and white or color television and allows switching from computer displays to ordinary TV viewing. Plus an owner's guide with simple instructions for setting up and using the computer. Everything needed to set up the computer in a customer's home is included. Now let's take a closer look at the accessories available for the Atari 400 home computer. The Atari 410 program recorder looks like an ordinary cassette player, but no cassette player can do what this specially designed machine can do. Programs that are on cassettes are transferred to the computer using the program recorder. It can also be used to save programs that a customer writes. In addition, the Atari 410 program recorder can play a voice track through a TV speaker for special teaching programs such as conversational Spanish.
Yo soy Carmen López.
Atari joysticks and paddle controllers. Now these are the same controllers that are used with the Atari video computer system. Like the video computer system, they are used to play games. But with the Atari 400 computer, they can also be programmed by the user to do any number of things, such as moving objects around the screen, playing musical notes, and changing the screen displays. For customers who want paper copies of information prepared by the computer, there is the Atari 820 40-column printer. This printer connects directly to the computer and can print up to 40 letters on a line. There are 2 major accessories for customers who want to link their Atari 400 to computer information services using a telephone. The telephone receiver is placed in the Atari 830 acoustic modem, which translates the signal from the information service for the Atari 400 computer. The Atari 850 interface module is used to connect the modem to the computer. Now let's review the Atari 400 home computer equipment. The Atari 400 home computer comes with everything needed to set up the computer in a customer's home. There are several accessories available, which can save and store programs, print out information, link the Atari 400 to computer information services, and even play games. Just like a stereo needs records, or a video recorder needs cassettes, the Atari 400 computer needs programs. Remember, customers need to buy programs to use the computer. Atari 400 programs come in two forms. First, there are cartridges, which are inserted into the computer. To avoid any possible confusion, you should know that cartridges for the Atari 400 computer are not the same as the cartridges for the Atari video computer system, though some titles may be the same. Make sure your customers purchase Atari home computer cartridges for the Atari 400 home computer. Programs also come on cassettes, which are used with the Atari 410 program recorder. There is almost no limit to what the Atari 400 home computer can do with the proper program. Atari programs can compare payments and interest on different mortgage terms and principles, help people compose music, introduce children and adults to programming with simple computer languages such as Pilot and BASIC, defend a spaceship from enemy saucers and asteroids, plot a person's biorhythm, create charts and graphs simply and easily, and much, much more. Atari offers many programs for the Atari 400 computer, and customers are not limited to only the programs Atari sells. The tremendous capabilities of the Atari 400 computer have inspired many independent companies to offer programs compatible with the Atari 400. Also, Atari distributes quality programs written by Atari computer owners through Apex, which is the Atari Program Exchange. Apex publishes this catalog, which lists all Apex programs and has useful information on each one. Because most people will use the Atari 400 in four main ways, Atari offers 4 kits, which contain programs and accessories in one package. Let's look at the kits and the 4 main areas of home computer use. It would be difficult to find a teacher as patient as an Atari 400 computer. The States and Capitals program is typical of the educational programs offered by Atari. It is self-paced and offers immediate feedback. This is the Educator Kit. This kit contains an Atari BASIC cartridge, an Atari 410 program recorder, and the States and Capitals educational program. The Educator Kit contains the Atari 410 program recorder and the Atari BASIC computer language cartridge, because many Atari educational programs are on cassette and written in Atari BASIC. So customers who purchase an Educator Kit have the equipment needed to use the wide variety of innovative educational programs Atari offers, like Scram, which demonstrates the operation of a nuclear power plant, and Energy Czar, which teaches some important lessons about energy supplies. It should come as no surprise that the Atari 400 home computer is a superior game machine. Combine the tremendous graphics capabilities of the Atari 400 home computer with Atari's world-famous creativity in video games, and you have the finest in home video entertainment. The Entertainer Kit will get customers started having fun. It comes with 2 joysticks and 2 game cartridges Missile Command, and Star Raiders. It's a great deal for a great time. Once your customers get started with the Entertainer Kit, there will be no doubt Atari Computer Entertainment is the best you can buy. Games like Centipede, Space Invaders, and Atari has the only home computers to offer Pac-Man. The Atari 400 can also be turned into a home video terminal and bring a world of information right into the customer's home. Stock reports, airline schedules, the latest news. Customers can also communicate with other computer owners around the country. Everything customers need to access this information and more is included in the Communicator Kit. This kit includes the Atari 830 acoustic modem, the Atari 850 interface module, a Telelink 1 cartridge, the program that runs the show, plus free 1-hour introductions to 3 national computer information services. After customers decide which information service is best for their needs, they open an account and are issued a password and an ID number. To log on, a telephone receiver is placed in the modem and the information service number is dialed. Then the customer types in the ID number and the password and then can access the information desired. The customer pays an hourly rate for the service. Computer programming. Many people feel it is some sort of black magic performed only by sorcerers in the dead of night. Actually, most people can learn simple programming techniques, and the best way to start is with an Atari home computer. Atari offers the Programmer Kit to get customers started. The Programmer Kit contains an Atari Basic Computer Language cartridge. Basic is the most popular home computer language, and it's one of the easiest to learn. Also included in the Programmer Kit are the Atari Basic Self-Teaching Guide and the Atari Basic Reference Manual. Beginners can pick up the key concepts quickly by following the teaching guide. It is self-paced and enjoyable. Once people know the fundamentals of Basic, they can write a variety of custom programs with this reference guide at their side. It helps you get more from your Atari Basic cartridge. Now let's review the programs and kits available for the Atari 400 home computer. There are many pre-written programs which may be purchased for the Atari 400, available from Atari, Apex, and independent companies. In addition, people can even write their own programs. Because most customers will use the computer in 4 main ways, Atari offers 4 kits containing programs and required accessories.
Okay, let's go over this one more time. Where were you on September 3rd?
I told you. I was watching an Atari training film.
Sure, we believe you. Just a few more questions, though. How many kits does Atari make for its 400 home computer?
4 or 5. 3?
Hey, look, pal, this ain't no multiple choice. Now, how many?
4. The entertainer kit, the educator kit.
The educator, huh? Now, what's in the educator kit?
You know, one of those things that looks like a cassette player, one of those cartridge things. I don't know. It all happened so fast. I just don't know.
Well, one thing's for sure.
What's that?
He doesn't know his stuff. Maybe 12 hours of 3D tic-tac-toe played at level 8 will jog his memory.
Hey, lighten up. It's his first offense.
All right. We're going to let you slide this time. Tell you what, watch the next part of this tape about the Atari 800 and try to stay awake this time. Remember one thing, pal. Don't try to leave town.
Thank you.
Now, let's look at the Atari 800, the top of the Atari home computer line. The Atari 800 and the Atari 400 share the same great sound, color, and graphics capabilities. And because they operate in much the same way electronically, all the programs and all the accessories you've seen used with the Atari 400 can be used with the Atari 800. This means a customer who starts with the Atari 400 can move up without having to buy all new programs and accessories. This software compatibility is not the case with most computer lines. Make sure your customers compare. Although the two Atari home computers operate in much the same way, the Atari 800 can use some very practical accessories, and there is an important difference which makes the Atari 800 capable of running larger, more sophisticated programs. The difference? The Atari 800 has 3 times the memory capacity. The memory we're talking about is called RAM, for Random Access Memory, a name that doesn't tell you a lot. It's more of a write, read, and erase memory. Think of a chalkboard. First, a program is written into the memory. Then the computer reads it in order to use it. And when you want, you can erase the program and start all over again. RAM can be used over and over, but the amount of RAM determines how large a program can be run. The Atari 400 has 16K of RAM, which means about 16,000 characters can be stored, a lot for the money. But an Atari 800 with 48K can tackle advanced programs like the Bookkeeper and the Atari word processor, or can be programmed with powerful languages like Atari Microsoft Basic. We'll take a closer look at some of the special Atari 800 programs later. Now let's look at the special accessories for the Atari 800. This is the Atari 810 disk drive. It is a program storage device like the Atari 410 program recorder. Programs and other information are stored on these diskettes, the same way they are stored on cassettes with the Atari 410. But there are important reasons for adding an Atari 810 disk drive to an Atari 800 home computer system. First, speed. With the Atari 410, you must wait while the tape loads the program into the computer, which can take a couple of minutes. But with the Atari 810, a pre-written program is loaded with the flip of a switch in a matter of seconds. Another important feature of the Atari 810 is the ease of finding a program that a customer has stored. Think of looking for a single song on a 60-minute stereo cassette. Sometimes you must fast forward and rewind many times to find what you want. Now imagine finding the same song on an LP. A diskette is like a record, and it is very easy to find what you want. The Atari 810 lets you save and retrieve programs and other information by name with simple commands typed on the computer keyboard. Also, each diskette can hold almost twice as much information as an Atari 800 with 48K of memory, and customers can use more than one disk drive at once for even more capacity and ease of use. So a tremendous amount of computer power is at the fingertips of customers who purchase the Atari 810 disk drive. Another very useful accessory that can be used with the Atari 800 computer is the Atari 825 80-column printer. It can create letter-sized pages, print on many different types of paper, and has a number of different type styles that can be used. It's a great printer for the Atari word processor program. The Atari 850 interface module is used to connect the Atari 825 printer to the computer, just as it is used to connect the Atari 830 acoustic modem for telecommunications. Customers can also connect a number of accessories made by other companies with these extra ports, which will keep your favorite computer wizards happy. Now let's look at just how versatile an Atari 800 computer can be. All work and no play? No way. All the great Atari home computer games you've seen, plus even more that need extra memory, can be used with the Atari 800. But the Atari 800 can also be a hard-working partner for any number of routine home office projects. For instance, customers who purchase the Atari word processor program will discover the ease and speed of writing when they have a computer on their side. You can write, erase, and rearrange until you get everything right just by pressing a few keys without having to redo an entire page for a single mistake. Typing is a breeze on the typewriter-like keyboard of the Atari 800, but no typewriter can search out and correct a word misspelled in several places on a page, change the page format without retyping, center headings automatically, or any of dozens of other choices usually found on expensive professional word processors. Customers who have piles of recipes, mounds of phone numbers, and log jams of personal records will be relieved to purchase the Home Filing Manager program. This program really takes the clutter out of home record keeping. It's the electronic equivalent of a 3x5 card file that allows up to 700 cards to be filed on a single diskette. The cards can be cross-indexed or recalled any number of ways, sorted through quickly, even marked with a paperclip. It's a tremendous program for putting excess paper in its place. Using the Bookkeeper program with the Atari 800 is like having a personal accountant in your home. The Bookkeeper is a powerful double-entry accounting system that prepares an entire range of useful financial reports, and it's easy to use with color-coded screens and a convenient, simplified guide. Amazingly, the same computer power behind the Atari word processor and the Bookkeeper makes possible My First Alphabet. This is a fascinating learning experience that introduces young children to the alphabet and numbers. It's a fantastic teaching program featuring delightful graphics and music. By now, you should realize just how flexible and powerful an Atari 800 computer system can be. Your job: convey these advantages to your customers. Atari helps you out with valuable reference literature. The product catalog has full descriptions of the Atari 800, its programs, and accessories. Atari also supplies a salesperson's guide just for the Atari 800, a very informative, well-arranged sales aid that gives you answers to customer questions fast. Now let's review the Atari 800, its special capabilities, programs, and accessories. There's an important difference between the Atari 400 and the Atari 800, which is the extra memory capacity of the Atari 800. But all Atari 400 programs and accessories will work with the larger computer. Customers can use some very useful accessories with the Atari 800. For saving and recalling programs, printing letter-size copies of information, and can use the Atari 850 to connect even more accessories. Atari offers a wide range of sophisticated programs to take advantage of the extra memory of the Atari 800 computer. Now you've seen the Atari 400 and 800 home computers and what they can do. You've been introduced to the accessories available and the many programs Atari offers. The next step is up to you. Discover how far you can go. Atari is bringing the computer age home. Welcome to the team.
Okay, guys. I've been staying alert, reading your literature, learning how to demonstrate the computer, in general, learning a whole lot more about the home computer market. And now, I have a few questions for you guys.
Well, sure, fire away.
He means go ahead and ask.
I know what fire away means, Mr. Tough Guy. I want to know more about the competition. I know you guys from Atari have the best home computers in the market, and my customers want to know why. Just the facts.
Well, we've got them all here in the salesperson's pocket guides, and we're working on another videotape script that it's almost done. We'll have another tape for you right away, won't we?
Right, you're right.
Well, would you get on with it? Listen, we can't depend on these guys to spoon-feed us all the information we need on this great computer system. Oh, sure. They'll get us all the information eventually. But you have to use all the resources you can in order to learn about this product line now.